In this video we're going to look at how to learn the Thai alphabet. Now we always start with the consonants, and by doing that we'll click on the consonants button and then we'll see we have middle class, high class, low class, and then at the bottom here all consonants. Now these are the order in which we learn them, and the reason for that is the middle class group of consonants is the smallest group. There's 9 consonants in this particular class. And for your information, there's 11 in the high class group and there's 24 in the low class group. So it makes sense to start with the smallest group. So we click on middle class and that brings us to the learn page. And then as the instructions say, click on the button below to start learning. And as soon as I do that, what happens is we see this slider on the right hand side containing the 9 consonants. And then by clicking on these images, on the right hand side, we're then seeing the picture for this image. Now in the picture itself, this picture contains everything that we need to learn the Thai consonants. The picture on the left, as you can see here, is quite clear. Yeah? And the picture on the right is exactly the same picture, but with slightly faded with the Thai consonant superimposed. And as you can see, the Thai consonant conforms to part of the shape of the picture. So it comes up the side of the shield and conforms to the shape of the beak on the helmet, round the back of the helmet, and then down the center of the shield there. And that's where it stops. And you can follow that and you can see that quite clearly in the image on the left hand side. Now this particular image is called Galahad Night. Now when I came up with this system, I was thinking more of the Monty Python and the Holy Grail Night, the Knigget. Okay, so that's the sound we actually want for this second word is K. But the sound for the first word is G, Galahad, G. And because this picture has 2 words, this tells us that this consonant makes 2 different sounds, depending on where it is in a syllable or word. The first word, and the highlighted letter, is the sound that this consonant makes when it's in the initial consonant position in a word or syllable. It's the first consonant. The sound of the second word, K, is the sound that the consonant makes when it's in the medial or the final consonant position in the word. So we have G, K, and those are the sounds for this particular consonant. So we now know the consonant shape, G, K, we now know the consonant sounds, and the colour of the background tells us what consonant class this particular consonant belongs to. Now, we know we're learning the middle class consonants, and the background colour for all middle class consonants is yellow. And the background colour for all high class consonants is red, and the background colour for all low class consonants is green. Now you might think that's going to be pretty difficult to remember, but we have a very easy method which means you'll never ever forget it. See? Simple, isn't it? So now by remembering this picture of the night with a desert background, we now know the consonant class, we now know the sounds this consonant makes, G, K, and we now know the shape. Simple. And then once you've remembered this, go on to the second one. And the second one we call Jabberwocky Tail. This is from Lewis Carroll's Jabberwocky. In the same manner as the first consonant, we have the Thai consonant shape superimposed over the Jabberwocky. And as you can see, the initial consonant sound for this consonant is J, J as in Jabberwocky, and the consonant sound when it's in the medial or the final position is T as in tail. And again with a yellow background, it is a middle class consonant. And on we go to the next one, dog treat. And again, as we can see, the shape here conforms to the dog begging and the dog's bone. The sound as an initial consonant is D, D, D for dog. The sound when it's in the medial or the final position, T for treat, D, T, and so on and so forth. So that when we come to looking at the high class consonants, as I said, the background is red, but it follows the same pattern. However, with this particular image, there's only one word. When the image only has a single word, this tells us that this particular consonant makes the same sound regardless of whether it's in the initial position, the medial position, or the final position in a syllable or a word. And that's how we learn the consonants. With the vowels, we have a similar method. We start with the simple vowels, and then we click on the first item, and again we have the picture on the left, then we have the Thai consonant superimposed on the picture on the right, and then we have the sound that this makes. This makes that sound, as in umbrella. Now, with the IPA system, this is how we write this sound, okay? So it's as in umbrella, so it's sara And if, again, with the swirly wheel here, every item in the Thai alphabet has a name. When referring to a vowel, it's always prefixed with sara, which means vowel, and is what you hear in the audio. And when the consonants fly in, you hear the consonant sound. And if you want to hear it again, we have the male voice, we have the female voice. And you just have to remember the names. The I sound as in night, I as in fly, and so on and so forth. Sara as in palm. It's a long vowel, and we write long vowels by doubling up on the sound that it makes. So the short version of this particular consonant, if I can find it, Sara A. Short vowels are written with a single vowel, and long vowels are written by doubling up on the vowel itself. Okay? Very, very straightforward.